Christian, this is a Friday.
Chairman,
Friday. And then Fiala said, in your bar, if you are Bukia, Vimley, the Canos, and then Fiala. Inti
Fiada since we are on Casim.
Aye,
but
okay.
Minister, not buying a dear for Asama Befi.
So, say when you say, Jack, voices no Fabra. Na Yamo, oh, Unza bank CEOs, no so, or Mampany Shomo.
Yes.
Or share bank CEOs, and so charge almost be a raising a come from more Black Stars.
Mampany Nanutum to the Ombitia. Until they are $25 million in the Ombina.
Abro.
No Munyanso is Karumbidi. Munyanso is Karumbidi. Tinam Sima blaster players in Impini. Emma people enrich you at the expense of the players Nekosia kind for the national team. No. Chairman, it should not happen. So $15 million next year they call AFCON. You know. Nesika ya spend your players in Hono. Chairman, enrube $3 million. Dia can do na we go to individuals. Na yabana kwa tire. Ghana for bufua. Players ni bufu omo. Players na omokosi akan no. The mentality ni say players na this can nyina kwa akohwe omo. Nti $50 million na dey call AFCON no. Ye wia scare be call players na kasa ho no. Chairman, enru $2 million enru. Bagana for bufua ni ebuofu players no. Na dia ba ko ham ne say Chairman, Ghanaian politicians do not respect us. Omumuyai o. They think Sesabe, we don't have the mind of our own. Nyamia Yadom, the only thing you are a minister, the only reason tia, we have minister and say you are interested in politics. Apart from that, no, unim sabi, unim nyansan sinobia. Unko school sinobia. School now, koye na odi minister no. O colleague, only obi na tina the same classroom, or your classmate. Tisabi so mo kasa kire ya omumu yen kakra. Omumfa ne sesabi, yensu enim nyansa kakra. Na ade ba ko ehu nwanwa ya na omu ho osere ne se Chairman, onim se unim no kure. Na obi twantra, the person become funny. Ebia oni BYT ka asem unim no kure pa o. What should that be said BYT? Not BYT can't draw. BYT become funny to you. Men kai man for me man from Kochiri. 2017 AFCON. 2017 AFCON ye call Cameroon. Ghana Football Association had a budget of $5.4 million at the command the ministry. 5.4. Samre no na
2015 Kuchoro Guinea.
Na ni lante na sports minister. Omni 5.4 koye no was this kind of so. And otete so aman bedu $3.4 million. And this illusive elections. Ntiambi pe bobo the Africa Cup of Nations. Honorable Siama at the vetting or con vetting nominate no. So made the sports minister or con vetting. Chama osi there be Nilante control. Nilante the obetu ye 3.4. Obetu $4.4 million rather. No ni na ban aboa ami atete sika no so asave Ghana $1.5 million. Now by simple calculation, by simple mathematics, so obetu $4.4 million. Nana boy be boa mi atete so asave Ghana $1.5 million dia. And it's out to $1.5 million every 4.4 more. Now the person say in that AFCON, Ghana spending $2.9 million. Me so be at say. Chama dia na sisa. From 2017 what's Babua Emma Ghana, Ghana $1.5 million no. Ye call AFCON ye spending $2.9 million. The same AFCON. Ye to BBM 2 years later 2019 ayakono na the same abayno aya a budget of $6 million. Omumuye over 4.4 at over 2.9 because of propaganda. Over so populist winning the favor of the people ntino. O can it to Ghana for akumaso. Say 4.4 member ba na ye baba me abetete so it is say no ye the $2.9 million na call AFCON no. E ka Ghana for nyina ania so ye bo abaso. But 2 years later now, we buy AFCON, now a budget of $6 million. Chairman, you bought 3 games, you know. $6 million, no. Yeah, but they didn't $4.5 million. 2019 AFCON. You bought only 3 games per.
4.
The entire tournament near the $6 million in Echo AFCON. You bought 4 games in the near this kind of $4.5 million. You did. Now the aim is say only say advice onto public workers at Katrium. Scanny ho. People should tighten their belt. Taman for what here. How do you explain to the Ghanaian workers say who's scanny ho? A two team to Katrium. Baba Blasters there, baby Escaobiano, you can find it. When it is about the Black Stars, it doesn't matter where the money is. Ghana must find money for the Black Stars. Etinei Blasters nkwa any organization every time biano omusika under this government keep on increasing from 2.9 to 6 million.
Okay, now, this government it's always been the situation.
But me no money so because okay. So I'm judging them based on what they themselves said.
Okay.
One kasa na kan so about 4.4. Na 4.4 da about 2 no na dosun. It's what it is so as a Ghana $1.5 million from that 4.4 million. Now you did 2.9 koi. Now be our Ghana Niska with the $2.9 million called AFCON. 2 years later, from 2.9 to 6 million, and there we have a budget of $15 million for the AFCON. $15 million. What kind of inconsistency is that? Now the hear say the only time a Ghanaian politician to say the Ghanaian is when they are in opposition. Time no more opposition there. No money Ghana for in again. But now they are in power no. They seem to be doing the same thing now. When they were in opposition, they were criticizing. Chairman, and then you find the same person quiet outdoor. You buy a CPF.
Enche me come back. Pullers Lodge. Pullers Lounge. Okay.
Inti quiet outdoor.
Enche Champions League.
Chairman, you saw me keep. Now, would akoseli the idea to Mr. Kwame Dinkra. Now, Mr. Kwame Dinkra, ako bronze ho. Ako Dr. Kokoti ho. Ako a budget. Now, ako no. Sa outdoor ne ako no. Chairman, akwaji a budget of 1 billion cedis and 100,000 Ghana cedis. Chairman, we are sure say yeah quiet outdoor no. Our demand will not be based on scale man Mr. Kwame Dinkra. Say quiet outdoor ni ye. Na based on their money sky ate. Say the Mr. Kwame Dinkra no. So come obi be 50 cedis a we are sure say born to. E bo beto. Eti blaster players no, they are no, they are reading it in the media, they are listening. They know what is going on. It's what a budget of $50 million for the AFCON. Now blaster players in the bar. No more demanded $200,000 as appearance fee. Maga ni bia bu for mo because I'm paying for churches ka ho. I'm paying for churches ka ho no. It must never happen. See a call AFCON. Yen no be or just an administrator. When you know time asking players no. The blaster players must make reasonable demand based on sika and for say they call AFCON no. It's a Mr. Kwame Dinkra call bronze ho. Wako Dr. Honum. Near man 1 billion 100,000 Ghana cedis. Near koye outdoor na. Mr. Kwame Dinkra 550 Ghana cedis in share him. There be yempene. The blaster players nati. Omo ya aware. Says scam and enforce it available they call AFCON in India. When they are making demand based on scam matia, Ghana for said the enya butrema players because o mati says scam ho. The kwa kodi. No be a omo ball. The entire Sulali Muntari ni bre. Our Brazil say they were the players playing. Omo the dinner park so ball. Nam penifobia omo to omo naida. Hey, this cano at the expense of the players. Penimubia omo ball that. Just because he's a politician, just because we're party faithful, no, or the team nachi, no yan who tam as in players, no. Echenei, se blaster players in the back. No mati. So man penisi o skasi de kobo AFCON no. na say Blaster players no e make demands are no Ghanaian should say they are being unreasonable because there be omatisis ka ho omatisis ka ho no omati they can nyina no they listen they read say Ghana can say the be $2 million na ko bo AFCON na say Blaster players e make demands are e be see $2 million in dia then Ghana for nyina will fight against the Blaster players. See, I said the $1 million and echo AFCON no. Na say Blaster players ne ba. No make a demand that a bro more than $1 million in na Ghana for fight the Blaster players. By now man penini na ba actually say about Blasters there is enough money. Blaster players will make demand based on score mati. Say I see the base $6 million in echo AFCON na. Chairman, if the Blaster players make a demand that around $3 million I don't not be reasonable.
Joma to someone iska.
To say ska honum ni aka. I'm a penny for to say this amount of money in echo AFCON dia. Say Blaster players in the bar. No must see $200,000 for as appearance fee. Before some go AFCON na me no mun kuntokwa. In fact, I will agree with them. Say they are the main architect. Don't back so about no Blaster players. And when you say this amount of money are available there, then they should make demand based on sika. O say honum. Penny for chese sika ho and Blaster players should demand what is due them. It should never happen. See I call AFCON near the bare $15 million in echo. That's how $15 million they call AFCON no. Emu bare $12 million come obiwa omo board that. Kesiena call party faithful. Kesiena call administrators wo. Na Blaster players umja park so na sabe Ghana fu obu fu o so na jiska no na de kitwe bi na mo. And then me support Blaster players no. Say if they come and make demands, Chairman, I will never fight them. I will agree with them. Say go and demand what is due. What is due you? Scan they call AFCON no. Omodia they should go and spend it. Na me can some minister. Chairman, unim say me catch say ye be to aba in 2020 election no. Center for Democratic Governance survey. Nyama Ghana for jina so to aba. Football kan no correct. But when you're very careful, there we no football no will send you to opposition. Ghana for any football so to aba there be. There is no Ghanaian. I was sending kwanye. There is no Ghanaian. I we university. Some of the other members who say, "Obi we university." I'm not many one student TV kasa. Why nursing? Oh university. Chairman we school for 2 years no nya adwuma nyeda otifi. Oni say ni pa ko ne kasa. Aseme kan say we university a eni kwasa aba na bi adwuma ma wo betima bi adwuma. Nipa na ko ye nursing no jama onko bi hospital so nya dey. Obiako University has been trained as a teacher. Onya adwuma nya otifie. Wo say ni pa kro no enya aba na say fa obi a ye trained teacher no onko bi school na so nya dey. Na say ni pa otifie na for 2 years for about 4 years. When we school tifia onya adwuma nya no. Wo say ni pa kro no should be very happy say Blasters akwakoje AFCON. And Blasters are qualified for the World Cup. Obi onam kwa so a se be ne kwa nye. Say ni pa kro no enwure mfini kwa ya enye no na Blasters agi AFCON ti no Blasters dem ne beje. Ni wure fini nyema ato ni nyina no because Blasters akwakoje AFCON. Now the minister, I've told you, you don't win political power because of football, but you can lose it because of football. Unim said Brazil 2014. Among for the donor there before this because of what we did in Brazil 2014. Blasters ekwaji World Cup now. E kanya di obi abeka say there be me to abama buying because ekwaji World Cup there be. But based on what you did, among for the one before etwa now what enter into a realm where, Chairman, there be a body. There are several people like me. I don't like politics. I have been trained to have a mind of my own. They do politics. Assemble coupe. Ni akofa political party agent abetran. Where can it? Me so na padam hu de ekoso man ni mu a. I have been trained to have a mind of my own. Minti obia. Ye oni pado do na to say me. They don't want to listen to politics. They say they will listen to sports. Chairman, say the Pakrona, the person OTI sports. No. So, but sports, na say sports no so no wo be very very unpopular in sports chairman wo dey before say ba ko tirim ntenei onim say wo sora na pa okumase a wo betime tie sports from anopa ko say anwumre 10 so when you become very unpopular anopa kumase FM for so eso manopa omopo ya PFM for so PFM for so mo a ye wie na no na untumi for the adam untumi wie ya na PFM asaba PFM pon ya send back on off flipio from one station to another off flip ni nyina no asem back open ye kan obi ebo ochi become very 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 unpopular. And you know, if they will think that we don't have a mind of our own, it will be they can get away with it by PR. Let's try to convince Ghanaians. Sabe, we have been trained to have an independent mind of our own. You can't come and tell us that football is the passion of the nation. And into the Kwaji Kababa, every Ghanaian will forget his problem because of Kwaji Kababa. It must never happen. Nadeba Kwa Hamene said, Ghana for Lankasa, we have allowed ourselves to be used in this way. Yankasa ni aye hosa. Nansa yenche mekaze 2 years ago. And a banker say obesi the new parliament chamber. Chama saw Ghana for Dona how we spoke against it.
Yeah.
Ghana bani they had no option to backtrack. The collective power of the people is much more bigger than the people in power. Ghana for Dona ye can to me bomwa. It is much more bigger than the people in power. They think they can get away with everything through PR. Let's try to get explaining. But the more you explain, the more you become funny. Because if they will not listen to us, the way I got for Dodona stood up and spoke against the construction of new parliament chamber. Me sure say Ghana for no SS original and speak against this one. The government will have no option than to backtrack. This must not happen. Across the fight, has been left to air sports presenters alone. The way about parliament chamber now, every Ghanaian celebrity will be afraid to say all canon. I'm not creating even a hashtag against it.
Is there any creative hashtag?
Let's begin to speak out because collective power of us as a people, and those who say are more powerful than the people in power. See, they think they can get away with everything. Now, dear Hamini said, they say the customer is always right in marketing. Marketing.
Yes,
the customer is always right.
Yeah.
But in politics, me a customer na me you don't do what I want. You decide what I want for me. Minister said on me pay. What's it there be? They're opening there. I have to decide for you what you want. Can't force it there be the situation a woman. This is not what we need at this present time. One Kasawa Bayaba 3 years ago, 2017. Was it $4.4 million was too much? After about 4 years later, dear Nasa, from $4.4 million now see a dorsal, and I increase it from $4.4 million to almost $15 million. The same politician. The only transition is that time I don't see a dorsal, they were in opposition. But near in power, it is $4.4 million one extra. Chairman, sometimes
say Ghana Football Association task the technical director to hire the best scouts for AFCON, AFCON opponents and your World Cup qualifying opponents. Anyway, and you say Didi Dramani and 3 expatriates. Didi Dramani and the big Ghanaian and Ngofobi omufri baby omufri Ghana omonso miensa omo eba be kasa adwumadi no ho na papa we Venice Scott Gillan uti or ye Birmingham based or a tactical and data analyst ono ye neighbor amna be boa ni nyina ese be AFCON no Any bit me I qualify for World Cup. Near do the semi-finals. So the Omanpenny can. Abedi Pele, the maestro, Stephen Appiah, and Tony Buffo to say, Yamamu new roles as international relations officers of the FA. Now, and answer the Black Stars, whichever with the national teams. Now, Jumedia Mubedi and Inye. Omene wako share a convincing Ghanaians abroad. Omon person bebo amagana say bia Tariq Lamptey say. Sorry. Tariq Lamptey say ye penwa ni nyana ko eden no. Christian maybe abedi any Stephen Appiah and Tony Ko. No the family.
Tariq Lamptey see ye na ya ye won so be 200 okuma say.
Oh sir.
Tariq Lamptey.
Oh no.
See ye basics ni okuma say.
Oh of course.
You will not need to go to send entire say convince some professor mo mind.
Enemy no yadwe.
If you are putting our stretches together as here, you better so mako 20.
Enemy no yadwe.
Ghana and Kwana want to skip the process and expect success.
Yes.
Because success must be a process.
Yeah.
Process like this success be mine. You want to skip it, but I want to be successful.
Also coach Ibrahim Tanku you know.
Oh yeah, so Obomochi.
Yes so go say every pennyfo no esco for be na dey push players. Any sad there no. I will say no, but reason the man went to qualify for Tokyo Olympic Games no, you know, but we empower the no. Now listen to this entourage. Shadie, the Black Stars Management Committee Chairman, the Black Stars head coach, Coach Sika Akono. Are we still live? Okay, we are live. Okay. Because they tell me beside in the coil. All right, Entoso. Black Stars Management Committee Chairman, Black Stars Head Coach, Kosika Akono, Technical Director of the GFA, Bernard Lepet, a GFA rep, a Ministry of Youth and Sports rep. Sani pa we munyina. Well, yes, I go offline, but you call off air and as you call offline. We are on air, okay, all right. Christian, nipa mpenyimfo trust. Nipa mpenyimfo ambobo wo mudin. Kosika Akono, Bernard Lepet, GFA rep, any Ministry of Youth and Sports rep. First week of May, first week of May, started the China. Started China.
Yeah.
Confess me, China.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the first week of May next week.
Yeah. Some pennyfo edio many chim omoko Europe. Europe no omoko no. France, Germany, UK, and Spain. Omoko pep babia. Ghana a team no. Yaba campo. You may do omoko diama Ghana abai no. And they say omoko Europe baby I know say Ghana never campo. Iti omoko England no mako he ode no. No mako Spain no mako he ode no. No mako Germany no mako he ode no. No mako France in fact you may do omobedi. And so no. Iti yadi no we say 25 no. Ye be diamond se sa be chiri. Eka be chiri. Ti kasa no. Omsi nyai. Yantuaso na unja mampanyi apart from meeting the extractive sector CEOs no. Christian, extractive sector ni omo mutu ni omo so na mo na moye teacher for ni any gold for no ni oil for ni gas for no ni
omo so na usika.
Aha, o share omo we no.
Ni wako omo
we share CEOs. Breakfast meeting where the association pay breakfast meeting with banking CEOs of banks. Nina you're raising 25 million for the Black Stars. Na meeting no.
First of all, welcome all of you very warmly to the seat of the presidency of the country and to applaud you for being here promptly at 8:30 on a Friday morning to come and respond to my invitation.
95.7.
You're very busy, so I won't take up too much of your time. The purpose of the meeting has already been well set out by Father Campbell and by the minister. We have two very important competitions ahead of us in the next 18 months.
Me bacho, Inyabute. Me say set here the historical street. Omanpanyin first breakfast meeting on the Monday. Yes. And all can about say two major competitions. Owie no mbeka kire say enye no all national teams. Me bacho. Omo kan sa Tuesday omo say all national teams. Wednesday omo say all national teams. Yenti omanpanyin. Nensama or the tuja. Or say you two major competitions in the next 18 months. And now the pay another breakfast meeting. I call so the Jubilee House.
Let me first of all welcome all of you very warmly to the seat of the presidency of the country and to applaud you for being here promptly at 8:30 on a Friday morning to come and respond to my invitation. I know you're very busy, so I won't take up too much of your time. The purpose of the meeting has already been well set out by Father Campbell and by the minister. We have two very important competitions ahead of us in the next 18 months. The first will be early next year, the African Cup of Nations. It will be followed later on in the year by the World Cup, which is scheduled to be held in Qatar this time around. The African Cup of Nations continues to be a running sore in our country. In the early days after independence, we were the dominant force in the competition. The time of
95.7
twice and took the name of the Black Stars everywhere. They became an even greater symbol of our country than the flag with the Black Star in it. Subsequently, in the 70s and again in the early 80s, we won it. Altogether, we won it 4 times. But next year, when the competition is going to be held in Cameroon, I believe in Yaoundé, it will be exactly 40 years since we won the competition the last time. As the minister said, we've come close on a few occasions. We've been in the semi-finals a lot. But I think that the Ghanaian spirit yearns for us to be once again the number one in African football and to come back from Yaoundé with the cup in 2022. They've already qualified. The qualifying was quite impressive. We came top of our group. So the prospects in the team, which is being marshaled and guided by a very distinguished player himself, a former outstanding Black Star player who's now the national coach, C.K. Akono. We have hopes that this time around we will not stumble at the last hurdle, but we'll actually go over it. Kriku, who is the new GFA president, appears to be a lucky man. Within months of taking over, he's brought the cup for the Black Satellites to us. They say a lot of the time, it's not that you have a competent manager, but you want a lucky manager. And hopefully, this time around, we've assembled young men who are going to bring us some luck. But they need your help. I don't think we should be beat about the bush too much. The finances of the government, at the best of times, is not the healthiest. But all of you are aware of what has happened in this last year. The COVID pandemic has meant that the public revenues of our country have taken a very big hit. And we're now gradually trying to repair it. But we will need your assistance for that final lap that the Black Stars are going to run to get us to bring us the cup. In the same manner, they have 8 qualifying matches to play. They decided to add 2 international friendlies in Europe as part of their preparations, hopefully, for their participation.
Well, I tell you, I know you're in summer on Mampenny attitude, and now no pay and we share banking CEOs and our CEOs in the banking sector, and our Mampenny any more, and so Ajuchin community said the and so I don't know. Mampenny share CEOs of the various banks. Nina and say, yeah, to Adjuni, said the nneɛma bɛsi akɔ na yɛ Black Stars yi ɔmo nso ɔmo ho nsɛm no yɛtumi ahwɛ sɛ de yɛbɛsi a finance anaasɛ yɛbɛhwɛ ɔmo well yɛnkɔ Dr. Lawson aso yɛ ne mmara ba a atiefo bɛgya time no de aka no nyinaa ama mo na mo nso mo akyɛ mo adwen afa nsɛm no ho